So I want to show you a new book that I got in. I paid $3 for this on the internet, on eBay specifically. And, you know, I think books are just as important. In fact, they're probably more important than anything else. You should be buying books before you buy expensive coins. You can go out there, if you want to become a coin collector and you want to get started in collecting coins right away, go buy a lot of foreign coins, or go buy some cheap proof sets, or just something to kind of salivate your need to collect rare coins. You know, get to dive in, to jump in, to get your mouth sort of watering, but don't go 500 miles an hour until you've bought some books and you've read a few pages. You don't have to read the whole book, but read a few pages. And so another book that I've already reviewed, this Mega Red book. This is a definite must, and especially for any new collector. And I bought this, and I can't wait to read it. This is The Expert's Guide to Collecting and Investing in Rare Coins. And it's by Q. David Bowers, which, if you're not familiar with who that is, he's been around forever. He's kind of a legend in this business. He's been around since 1953. And his story is amazing. There's an interview with him on Coin Television, I think it is, or Coin World, one of the two, Coin Week. And he talks about, he's being interviewed, and he talks about how the price of coins back in his day, I mean, and he was picking up peace dollars at face value, and I mean, it's just amazing to hear his stories that he has to tell. His stories are more interesting than anything else. His stories about his past, growing up, and how the world of numismatics has changed over the years, but it's just amazing. But this book, before I go into the book, I want to tell you, I watched a video today, and I'll post the link in the description, where this gentleman is saying he knows people who have put, tons of people, collectors, who have put $10,000 in rare coins, and they've held them for 10 years, and as long as the market holds, he doesn't know a single one who hasn't made a profit. He said he doesn't know anybody in real estate who hasn't lost money, and he doesn't know anybody in many other businesses that hasn't lost money. He said this is the only thing that he knows of that you can put $10,000 in, as long as the market holds, and maybe even climbs, obviously, then in 10 years at a minimum, you'll be able to reap a financial reward for your hobby as well. And honestly, that coincides with what the Federal Trade Commission recommends. They recommend at a minimum you hold your coins for 5 years, and then preferably 10. And so you definitely, if you haven't read that article, I'll also post it in the description below. You definitely want to read it. At a minimum, if you're not going to go out and buy a book like this, you need to read that article, because it'll help you make some informed decisions on how to buy coins, when to sell your coins, how long you need to hold them. But watch that video and watch the, I'll post 3 things in the description. I'll post the description, or the video of him talking about growing up and numismatics and all of that. It's a fascinating video to watch, and just, it's one of those videos where you don't have to watch them. You can just, if you have YouTube Red, which I do, where you can turn your phone's screen off but the video still plays, you can hear the audio. It's one of those videos where you can press play, turn your phone screen off, and just listen. And it's a great story. You can see it in your mind. But watch that. I'll also post a video where he talks about the 10-year thing I was telling you about, and I'll post the link to the Federal Trade Commission's recommendations on investing in rare coins. But back to this book, $3 investment, and I just started looking through it. It goes through the history of different types of coins. And then there are different chapters in this book. And let's look at what those chapters are. And I can already tell you, with the little bit that I've read, this is going to be a really good book. I'm glad that I bought it. It talks about abbreviations, which is really cool. And talks about, there's a magazine offer. Looks like somebody, I bought this book pre-owned. Sorry, you guys, if I sit too long in the same position, my feet start to fall asleep. And especially on the floor here. It's not very comfortable. Unfortunately, I don't have, my desk is so small. I don't have a whole lot of room up there for this type of extra stuff. But here's some of the chapters. You can see rare coins, a great investment, kind of an introductory chapter. Investing in enjoying rare coins, the rare coin market dynamics, determining coin prices, rarity is important, grading is important, quality and value. So this is going to teach you a ton of stuff. It talks to you about tokens, metals, paper money, a library, making sure that you buy a bunch of books before you go ahead in. It talks to you about being a smart seller. So I think this is going to be a really, really good book. You can see it has really great pictures here. They're not all full color, but there are sections of this book that are full color. And they got a really nice high definition black and white pictures. It's an easy read. So far this looks like a very easy read, and it combines boring information about coins. I mean, because let's face it, some of the information about coins can be kind of boring, along with some interesting stories and background and historical references, and then just knowledge that you need to know. So this is kind of a really good book to have, and I'm going to try to read this whole thing. It's going to take me some time, but I'm definitely going to read it, and it'll make me a better investor / collector. Coin collecting, the hobby of kings, pays rich dividends and fun and enjoyment, but it can also pay the old-fashioned way with a huge return on your investment. Now you can learn how to be a smart collector and investor straight from the expert, award-winning author, and numismatist Q. David Bowers. You know, I think that's what many new collectors, they have a problem with, is saying that word. I know I've just finally, and I've been collecting for quite a bit of time now. I've just finally started to be able to really pinpoint that word where I can verbal numismatic. And sometimes I have to go slow like that, and numismatic, I gotta say it slowly or else I don't get it always 100%. With the hands-on advice, real-life examples, and entertaining storytelling, the Dean of American Numismatics shares 50 years of experience buying and selling rare coins, tokens, and paper money for big profits. Want to know how to evaluate a coin's potential? Use the 4-step process in Chapter 2. What's the best way to predict the rare coin market? It doesn't take a crystal ball. Find out in Chapter 13. To avoid getting burned in online auctions, read Chapter 15. If you want to be a smart seller, you can learn the ropes in Chapter 34. All of these expert secrets and more are waiting inside. So, like I said, there's the ISBN. You don't have to pay $19 for this. It was published by Whitman. You can find this used for, like I said, $3, $4 is what I bought it on eBay for. It's again the rare guides, the expert's guide to collecting and investing in rare coins. So it's published by Q. David Bowers, written by Q. David Bowers, and published by Whitman. And I think this is a really good book to pick up. Honestly, I think it provides a lot of great information. I haven't read it to know for sure, but I mean, I've seen a lot of coin books, and I've read some books by Mr. Bowers, and I can endorse this book without even reading it. Of course, I am going to read it, but I can already tell you just the topics that it talks about. It's going to be a really great read and a very informative read. I'm sure it's going to teach me even a tremendous amount about the coins I already own, and about the coins that I should be buying, and the coins I probably should have stayed away from. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I guess I'd highly recommend, it's not I guess, I know, highly recommend this book if you're looking at investing serious amounts of cash into rare coins.